Hello everyone and welcome to HVMP's live coverage of the Randy's Battle at the Beach 100. Actually, it's only 50 laps, but I believe this track's a half mile. So it comes out to... Wait, no, that doesn't even come out. I don't know, I'm not good at math. But anyways, we're here at Daytona. Driver's already getting on grid for today's race. Let's bring you down, show you the starting lineup. In first position, we have Chris Wetz. Outside of him, it's the 21 of Jake Poulin. In row number 3, we have the number 6 of Caleb Paul in that Fox Racing Pontiac. Next to him is the 62 of Kyle Riley. Next up on the grid is the 86 of Timmy Pacioli, followed by the 28 of Ryan Williams. 50 of Dudley Smith. There in the next row, followed by the 77. Number 80 of Nick Cars and 67 of Andrew Schwartz round out your field as your pace car is moving. Coming down here. Green flag in the air. Tire spin on Chris Wetz. That's going to stack up the inside line like crazy. The race into turn 1. Oh. Not sure what's going on here. That's a reset. Apologize for that, but I don't think that start was quite what the admins wanted. We're giving every driver a clean chance to get this race underway. Since it's only 50 laps, it should go by pretty fast. We wait for everyone to get back on track and ready. Trying to come up with things to say about this track. I don't really know much about this course. It's on the back straightaway of Daytona. And Daytona is in Florida. And I can tell you for a fact, Florida is in the United States. And I believe it's the southernmost state.
Drivers, start your engines.
They're getting the command to start the engines here once again. His car leading him into turns 3 and 4 around. Chris Wetz giving everyone a better chance at getting everything in gear. Hopefully this will be a cleaner start. Let's see, coming down, green flag in the air, across the start-finish line, and into turn 1. 3 wide already. Now down to 2 wide, back to 3 wide again. 3 wide with Dudley Smith, Timmy Pacioli. As Timmy Pacioli Andrew Schwartz had a little bit of an issue getting up off the corner. He's going to get it back going. Your battle is for the lead, though. It's between the 21 and the 71. 71 being Chris Wetz and that really ugly machine that he always has as he gets sideways. Jake Poulin out to the front. Put him P1. Caleb Paul looking on the inside of the 71 of Chris Wetz. They're 3 wide battling, bouncing off each other. Chris Wetz able to hold on to the second position. For right now, Kyle Riley making the pass on the outside. Ryan Williams, another guy making that outside line work. He's made his way all the way up from farther back in the field than he'd like. These guys still trading a little bit of virtual paint. I apologize, I can't get you a very good camera angle. Camera files really aren't that great at this track, but nonetheless, we're going 3 wide. For a second, back down to 2 wide. Ryan Williams thinking better of it. These cars are all on top of each other, fighting as Ryan Williams is around. That's going to be our second self-spin of the day. He gets it going. Tough break for him. That's going to put him the tail end of the field. So things kind of thinned out so far here. Jake Poulin setting pace early on here. Lap 6 of 50s in the books. Chris Wetz able to hold on to second. And Caleb Paul losing quite a bit of position to the 71 of Chris Wetz. Him and Kyle Riley are really taking the fight to each other. I feel like Josh Mertz commentating this race. I'm surprised I haven't said timing and scoring yet. Lap car of Lemonhead gives way to the 21. He's the only car that these leaders have to worry about. That's a bad place to catch a lap car. Chris Wetz doing a good job of getting around. Ooh, was Cal Riley knocking on the back door of the number 6. Now ducking it low on the 80. 80 getting out of the way. Making a smart move there. Let's look at the gradient on Chris Wetz's car. I mean, this is just god-awful. That green Taurus. We're exploring a couple different camera angles. This seems like a good one for right now. There you see the battle between the 6 and the 62. Caleb Paul and Kyle Riley. That's for the 3rd position. Farther back in the field, Timmy Pacioli has made his way up into the 5th position, followed by Dudley Smith in that throwback number 50 tail and main car with RCA on the back. I don't even know if RCA is still around. They thought they died when the VCR died out, but maybe not. Behind him, 67 Andrew Shorts. We saw him go for a little bit of a slide into that infield there towards those tire barriers. Luckily, no damage or anything on the 67. He's trying to make his way back up through the field, trying to pass Dudley Smith here. As I believe that's Jake Stubbs, Jeffrey Stubbs, Jay Stubbs. That's all I know him by, is Jay Stubbs. Behind him, Ryan Williams. You saw him get spun right round, baby, right round like a record, baby. As he's still fighting a loose condition with that car. One person, a little bit off the pace, maybe more than he'd want to. That's the 21 of Jake Poulin. Chris Wetz being able to claw his way back as a result of this. As I think Jake's kind of gathered his composure back just a little bit. He's starting to gap. It was an 0.49 to an 0.58 now. That last lap to this lap. As you see the HVMP ticker scroll across the screen. Excuse me, it was an 0.50 or 4.50 as caution's out for Lemonhead. Let's get you a replay of that. Maybe. Don't think the issue is with him. Actually not sure where the issue is. We're still looking for it. Oh, it was a little bit of a 2-car incident here on lap 16 of 50. Bring you back now, show you what happened. Looks like the 86 just stuffed into that tire barrier in the 50. No time to react. Tough break for Timmy Pacioli and Dudley Smith, respectively. Let's bring you back live now. Cars making their way out of pit road. The 21, ooh, big development here. The 21 has to go to the rear of the field for speeding. That's not the break that he wanted, for sure. I believe we're going to get one to go at the stripe here. Yes, we are. Cars are lining up double file. Shootout style here at the Battle of the Beach. The Randy's Battle at the Beach. Randy's towing, of course. The title sponsor for the series is Protofrom. Make sure to check out Protofrom. Check out Protofrom if you're into RC racing at all. Makes some great looking bodies. Not an RC guy myself. I like my sim racing though, and we're about ready to go back green as there's trouble farther back in the pack. But it's a drag race into turn 1. Ooh, 6 was diving it low. He's going to dive it low again. They're 3 wide coming off in turn number 2. Ooh, as Chris Wetz throws a block on the 86. Chris Wetz trying to come back on the low side. He can't get the bite off the corner. It's a drag race into turn 1 between the 6 and the 62. Saw these guys battling earlier, just not for the lead. Jake Pullen trying to make his way back up through the field. And look for this bubble out front to burst at any moment here. And there it goes. Chris Wetz is around. He gets turned by the 86 to Timmy Pacioli. That's Timmy's second incident so far. Oh, as he's going to get turned again by the 28 of Ryan Williams. Gets hit by Dudley Smith, keeps going. Back out front. Here's your battle for the lead. Caleb Paul, the better man, coming up off the corner. But Cal Riley's right there. He's not going to let him have it. They're leaning on each other. Side by side again down in corner number 3. I don't think they've separated since the green flag here on this run. Oh, as Chris Wetz is around again. Just going to go back and check up with him, and sure enough, he's around again. That turn, you can see Chris Wetz not happy. Starting to get a little bit more aggressive. But these two guys, look at how much Cal can just dive it in. He's going to try the crossover. Trying to carry in more speed. Carry more momentum as Jake Pullen's around. Oh, and the leaders are going to tag him. All 3 of them hit him, and that's going to bring out a caution. That was right in front of the leaders. We'll get you a replay, show you what happened exactly. Bring out the caution. Here you see 21 of Jake Pullen. He had made his way back up into the 5th position. Dives it down into the corner. And just gets it stuck in the tire barrier. Gets tagged by Dudley Smith. You see the damage on the left side of that car. And he's just trying to get it going again. Can't. For whatever reason. And he's in the way. And gets tagged. I think maybe the leaders are trying to get him unstuck, as finally the 86 of Timmy Pacioli gets him unstuck. We'll bring you back live now. There you see the 21 getting a little bit of damage fixed. Nick Carr's down pit road. He's running a lookalike scheme to the number 6 of Caleb Paul, his teammate. So we're double file. About ready to go back green here. I'm having a brain fart. Race is over halfway completed, by the way. Lap 28 of 50. Those of you keeping track at home. Coming around off of turn 4 for the green flag. Green flag's in the air. Caleb Paul with a great jump. Oh, as we're 3 wide going into corner number 1 with a warping car. Oh, and Timmy gets hooked coming off the corner. They're beating him bang, and they're going 4 wide. 3 wide now into the corner, into corner number 3. There's still 3 wide. Oh, Dudley Smith gets turned. Chris Wetz in the wall. 77 is sideways. He's going to lose a couple of positions. Out front continues to be the number 6 of Caleb Paul. Oh, it's Chris Wetz is showing no mercy. To that 28 as we got a car around in the back. I believe it's the 77 of J Stubbs, whatever his first name is. Mystery Man, J Stubbs. And back out front, you see Chris Wetz running an aggressive line in front of the 28 of Ryan Williams. Look for that battle to heat up. Knowing Ryan, I'm sure he's none too happy the way Chris Wetz is racing him. But that's just racing sometimes. As look at how far and deep into the corner Chris Wetz can just send it in there. Sending it in a lot harder than a lot of the other drivers. Is our top 6, 7 cars have stacked back up. There you see our top 4, top 5 now right under a blanket. Ryan Williams looking low on Chris Wetz. Not going to be able to make it. He's going to try and turn 3 maybe. No. Car around on the backstretch. That's the 75, or excuse me, the number 80 of Lemonhead. There's a drag race now down the front straightaway between the 28. Oh, as the 80 is sideways in front of the leaders. Battle between the 67 and the 28 simmering down just a little bit here. Oh, but 21's bringing the fight to him. 21 trying it low. On the 67. These guys still battling side by side. That's one thing about this track, this outer line, even though it's a really flat track, it carries a lot more momentum. You're seeing the high line stick with it. Let's back to this shot now. Oh, battle between the 62 and the 6. They're drag racing. The start-finish line. Chris Wetz right there on their back bumper. Ooh, Chris Wetz trying the inside. Caleb running a defensive line. Chris Wetz running an aggressive line. 28 of Ryan Williams looked underneath the 6 for just a second there. Oh, he's going to get turned, and so is the 6 of Caleb Paul, and we got calamity. Here, Chris Wetz in the inside wall. That's going to bring out a caution for sure. Our third caution here on lap 39 of 50. We'll get you a replay. It looks like the 6 just dumped the 71. Not sure. See what the replay says. Replay usually doesn't lie, though. These guys were tooth and nail fighting with each other. Here's the contact that sent all that off. You see Chris Wetz maybe downshifting something. Not sure what happened. The 6 and the 28 getting caught up with each other. Look farther back in the field, I saw the 21 and the 67 get caught up. You see just nowhere for these guys to go. Chris Wetz trying to save it. He almost had it saved. Had the tire barrier dodged, and he just got collected. Tough break for everyone involved. Going back live now. Whoop, apologize for the technical difficulties. I guess that's Josh Stubbs. It's close, not really. So your leader is still the 62 of Kyle Riley. 28 to Ryan Williams, even though he got caught up in that. He cycles around through to second. Dudley Smith in third. Jay Stubbs in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is the 21 of Jake Poulin. Coming around here with 7 laps to go, 8 laps to go. when we come green, or go green. Whichever one you prefer. We're at a slow 35 miles an hour. Green flag, Caleb Paul through the middle up to third. Dudley Smith battling back for that position. Ooh, as it's... Oh, Caleb Paul sideways off the corner. He's going to hit the outside wall, collect the 86 of Timmy Pacioli. I think that's going to bring out another caution. Yes. Ooh, maybe not. Back out front now. As, yep, there's your caution. Bringing it down to a slow 30 mile an hour cruise around this racetrack. These cars so fast, they're blurs around the racetrack when they're running. Let's see what their fastest times were, shall we? Dudley Smith with the fastest lap of the race with an 18.904. Second fastest is Chris Wetz with an 18.909. Jake Pullen with the same lap, identical lap to Chris Wetz, an 18.909. Ryan Williams with a 19.023, and Andrew Schwartz with a 19.037. That's rounding out your top 5 fastest drivers of the race. Believe we're going to get the one to go this next time by. A couple drivers going down pit road. That's the 86 of Timmy Pacioli and the 77 of Jay Stubbs. They're slowly getting caught back up here. Field at a steady 30 miles an hour. Round corners number 3 and 4. Again, to bring you the green flag. Down into turn 1, Ryan Williams. Ooh, locking it up is the 67 Andrew Schwartz. They're 3 wide off the corner again. They're sideways. They're beating and banging. Oh, everything's trying to settle itself back out, but Chris Wetz is going to get turned. Chris Wetz around. He saves it. Caleb Paul looking on the inside of Jay Stubbs there. But out front, it's the 71, or no, excuse me, the 62 of Kyle Riley. The race is between all these guys in the back. Oh, as Timmy loses it again off corner number 4. Oh, and there's contact between Caleb Paul and Jay Stubbs. Looks like there's a little bit of warp involved. You see Caleb really suffering there as he's going down the back straightaway. Maybe downloading something, but the 77's warping as well. Ooh, as he lagged into the back of the 67. And it's the last lap, and I'm missing it. Oh, and Ryan Williams is going to get turned. So coming around, your winner, Kyle Riley. We had a lot of contact going on back in the field here. Let's bring you the contact first off. Between the 62 and the 28, if there was contact between them. Yes, there was. Coming off, Ryan just got into the wall. Hooked around, I saw another car. Ooh, 67 up in the air, tumbling. Get you a replay of that shortly. Maybe a couple of unhappy drivers. Oh no, it's warp. Oh Jesus, terrible warp. There you see the 67 trying to avoid it. Chris Wetz pushing the issue. 67's got to go. And a terrible Rafflecopter. Timmy Pacioli in with the plow. Tags the 67. 67 able to refire and get it going. and finish out what seemed to be a disappointing race. Your race winner is the 62, Kyle Riley, coming around. Do a couple of donuts. Maybe just park it down here on the front straightaway. There he goes, he's lighting them up. Burning it down here in an exhibition race. The Battle of the Beach winner, the 62 of Kyle Riley, and we have him here in the booth. Kyle, we saw you struggle a little bit early on. What helped you claw your way back and get that victory?
Well, what happened was in the early stages of tonight's race, I was on the high side, and I could never find the opening on the inside until about the first caution flag. And from there, I just kind of methodically worked my way up. I wish I didn't win it that way, but I'm not claiming that. Ryan hit the wall, came back down. I gave him all the room I could, and I ended up winning. But I don't know. I wish I didn't have to win it that way, but that's how it happened, and we move on to next week in the first points race.
Was there any contact on the back straightaway to spark any of that off, or was it just Ryan getting up into the wall?
I was trying to cross him over. I entered the corner way wide. I was trying to arc it in at the exit, and then his car just kept pushing in, and I guess he tail slapped the wall, and it shot him back down the track, and he came across my hood. Tried to give him a lot of room because I knew that was going to happen. I was going to give him enough time to catch it, but just didn't work out in his favor, and he ended up in the tires.
Now, we saw you kind of work your way through the field methodically, using the crossover a lot. What was the what was your strategy there trying to cross all these people over?
Well, I got 4 tires at about the halfway point in the race, and I figured that would set me up for the rest of the race. I wouldn't need to pit again. And that lines me up 6th on that restart. And Dudley Smith was on my inside, and he didn't get the best of restarts, so I dove low and made it 3 wide and got my way up to 2nd place because Timmy, I think, spun out. And from there on out, it was just battling Caleb, and I caught him and eventually passed him because I had the fresher tires. And then from there on out, it was just driving defensive until the last lap.
Is there anyone you'd like to thank on that 62 machine?
Waste Management, for one, for coming on board, I guess. And that's pretty much it. All my other sponsors, whatever. Royal Purple, who actually gives me dollars, so.
Alrighty, moving swiftly along here to the 50 of Dudley Smith. Dudley, yet again, sneaking your way up into a good finish. Talk us through those last couple of laps when you saw everything just kind of break loose.
Yeah, I was just watching that restart. I didn't have the best of tires, but that wasn't it. I just didn't get a very good restart, but I got roughed up a little bit there and just managed to hang on to it and came home with a 2nd.
Now, we saw a lot of drivers struggling with a little bit bite, or getting bite up off the corner, and especially later on through the run as the tires were wearing. Were any of those a factor with you?
I don't think so. I think I got, the more rhythm I got into, the faster I was.
Alrighty, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'm running a new paint scheme, the Man and Tail. Yeah, it's looking forward to the season. This is going to be a lot of fun with you guys.
A pretty sharp-looking car indeed. Thanks for your time, Dudley. Moving along to Caleb Paul. Caleb, we saw a little bit of warp bite you there. A little bit too close to the end of the race, probably to your to your liking. And you somehow found your way back into the 3rd position. How did you do that?
I really have no clue how that happened. Like, I got dumped by, I think, the 77 going to turn 1 and just came around the backstretch. I just see the 67 go flying to the catch fence. The A6 does some kind of barrel off the nose, like freaking late models or something. I just get past all of it and end up in a podium spot. I just don't know how that happened.
We saw you make up a lot of spots on the restarts too. What was your strategy there? How did you know where the traffic was going to go on those restarts?
I pretty much just figured like whatever kind of opening it was, I would just go for it, and once you hit turn one, it would all sort itself out some way, somehow. So.
And again, anytime that we talk to Caleb Paul, he is the man behind all of this, all of Solstice. Is there anyone you'd like to thank for this upcoming season?
Yeah, you for doing the broadcast for sure. Whenever you can. Everybody does a job at Solstice while I'm gone most of the time. I mean, I get the race tonight, which is cool, and of course everybody showing up, supporting us, and just having a good time. That's what it's about.
You're right. That's what it's all about, and it's good to see you racing again. And so for everyone here at HVMP, myself, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys sometime. I don't know when our next broadcast is going to be. Probably if the broadcast are as terrible as this one was, not a whole lot. Make sure to check out Chev TV. I believe, Caleb, is that next week?
Yes, next week Daytona 500K broadcast is live. It's going to be a good one to watch by Ian Plash.
Ian Plash always putting on great broadcast. But for HVMP, that's all we have time for tonight. We'll get in a couple of words from the people who pay the bills. And so long, everyone.
Nothing will ever sound the same without a Turtle Beach headset. Hear everything. Defeat everyone.